Good morning, everybody. It's the show that you guys come to watch where the two of us are here. That's
All
the
right.
official.
John, I'm ready to go live. I actually have to shut
All
down
right, let me give you a count in. 3, 2,
Wait, actually, hold on.
1, go.
Wait.
Nope, we're live now. You better just go.
Wait, John. I'm looking for my X videos tab. Okay, I shut down all my porn.
Okay. Is it the video that I sent you?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
never
let's
knew that
go.
I could do that until that day I put it on online.
I know, it's crazy. I didn't know you had your own. Your account's been going for a few years.
Mm-hmm. So, people think that I make the money off of this channel, but I actually make the money off of that to fund this channel.
Yeah. You're
I put the D in fund.
Oh, and the F in fun.
and fuck. F is for friends who do things together, which is what we're doing right now.
Yes. Are we?
I don't know if it's the same little bean boy that says it every week, but I don't know if he understands how time works. But that's okay.
Maybe he's boomers because we're our show's so explosive, it goes boom, it's
Yeah, I get it. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen from Pico D. He says hello. It went from kind of German to like a Swedish thing.
Yeah, that was.
Don't worry about it.
Guten Morgen. Eclectic accent.
It is me. It's Pico D. I made your dioramas. Your dioramas, they are on the shelf behind you. Yeah,
dude, Pickle D is overachieving right now. You don't even understand. If I gotta show you, I don't know if Pickle D is cool with it, but he's doing some stuff, man.
yeah.
I've seen things, John. These eyes have seen some things.
I've seen some things. They're probably the same things that you've seen.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm not so special.
I check my DMs if it's people I talk to. If it's filtered out, it's not worth my time. I do want to spotlight these guys. They will be reviews that I'm working on right now, but good God. This beautiful green boy and a brown lady. That, huh? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You guys have seen this before.
I like when you play with your toys and you just do little things with them. You know what I mean? While I sing the soundtrack. I think that's a good. I think we'd have something like you puppeteer and I'll be your John Williams.
Oh my God! Wow.
What's the other one? There's the do do do, and what's the other bit? Dun 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 dun. Da, na, 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 da, 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 da. They're always just having sex. Is that?
Yeah. Because this is like the uncut version.
Oh, I bet it's uncut.
Yeah, he's Jewish.
Whoa,
Not
frog Jewish. DNA. That frog DNA, John.
Yeah, let me get a close look at that. That part.
John, I like this one right here. I like Video Power Gaming's $4.99. Can Jonathan, I think that's you, name 5 Motu characters? Thank you, Video Power Gaming. I am curious about that.
Well, there's He-Man.
All right.
Skeletor.
2.
Tigra. Sheila. And Optimus Prime.
You nailed it, buddy.
Thank you. Nope, it's just a thumbnail, to believe it or not. Don't really.
John is actually a Motu expert, and he's been hiding that. Don't show dinos, you'll get taken down. Yeah, John. There's isn't there some weird wasn't Hasbro or something taking down Jurassic Park reviews at for toys at some point?
This is news to me.
No, there was a thing where it's there was a Jurassic Park channel. I forgot the channel's name, but it's like a big Jurassic Park toy channel, and they were reviewing a toy that was like, it was out. I don't think it was leaked footage or anything like that, and they got like nailed by Hasbro. I want to say, and I think they got their whole channel huh?
Hasbro or Mattel?
Wait, what did I say? Oh, no, sorry, Mattel. And I think the channel got taken down, and I think they got it back since. But it was like a channel with it was like 100,000 plus 200,000. It was like a big Jurassic Park channel.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. And it was like fucked up because it was like, this shit is out. Like, so like they just got it.
Yeah, if they had a street date. Yeah, maybe. So it was just like it was on the shelf. They bought it, but it technically had a street date or something. Maybe.
Yeah, I think they got it early from someone on eBay, foreign or so. It's like they pay to play. You know what I mean? I want to review this first, so I'll buy, which is fine if it's out there. Why can't you buy it? But yeah, they got fucked, John.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah,
I'd be pissed.
It's
rightfully so. I'd be pissed off.
So would I. Hello, chat. Hello, people. It is Friday night. Friday night. It is Friday morning.
Do you know how time works?
No, but it's dark. It's dark outside, so it's Friday night in the morning. The morning of the night.
Friday night morning.
What is it from Flight of the Conchords? Where he's like, the crap.
There's a lot of
the something of the night. John, what? Fill in the blanks. You're Flight of the Conchords, man. Something of the night. He's talking. It's the one where he's talking. Oh God!
I love the show, but I need a little more help here.
We made sweet sandwiches. What is that from? What's the one where it's like she thinks that he's like the father of her child, and oh my God, this is gonna kill me. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Oh, hold on a second, John.
You sure it's Flight of the Conchords?
Yes, it's Flight of the Conchords.
The show or a song?
It might be just a show. It's fuck. I don't know. It might be one of the songs. It might be a song and not one that they played on the show.
Okay, great. That was a fun 35 minutes of you going down that hole. We all were there with you.
The daytime of the night. That's what it was. That's what it was. The daytime of the night.
Yeah. Jesus. Okay. Anyway.
Anywho, yeah, Motu. There's a Motu movie, John. John, I actually like this, where I can be the expert that will lead you to and see your perspective on because I gave my perspective. All right.
Okay.
It was a little bit controversial. I felt like I said nice things, even though I said some things that I was criticizing, and it was all in the vein of like, this is just a teaser, so I don't know. You know what I mean? This could be the. Did you just break your nose?
I'm about to sneeze.
It could be wonderful. I don't know. You never know by teasers,
right? But, and it's funny to call it a teaser, and it was like a full trailer. They called it, in your defense, they called it a teaser, but it was a full trailer.
Yeah. John, the song is Jenny. Thank you so much, Jake Casnoir. My name is Jenny, because she goes to the guy. The premise of the song, and she's like, "You're the father of my child," and he's like, "Oh, what?" Like, and she's mentioning all of these things, and he goes, "It was and he keeps lying, and he's trying to recover, and she's like, "It was daytime," and he's like, "The daytime of the night," and he's anyway. But yes, they released a teaser. Yeah, teaser was. It's like, that's not a teaser, man. Teaser is. The teaser is like a 5-10 second thing. That was a fucking trailer, dude.
Yeah. The teaser was the day before, and it was like a teaser for a teaser.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought there was many good things with the teaser, but there was things that kind of like just felt really to things where it's just like it's like a MCU movie. I don't know what
Well, first of all, chat, can you let me know if it's my internet or his internet? It's getting all like wild. Spot. Well, see. Like you said in your thing, the stuff goes to a company that they make trailers. That's what they do. They have chunks of movie to use. However, they decide to tell the story through the trailer. It's kind of up to them. And we've seen that fail miserably from movies because like the theme is like not at all what the movie is. But I'm excited. I will definitely go see this movie. I am curious about the things that you talked about, and you and I talked about it offline about what is the premise here? Is this going to be I forgot what you said in your video, but my take on it was kind of based off of what you were talking about. Like at the end of it, you're going to see like 10 to 15 minutes of him having the power. My mind went to think like kind of Matrix style, where the whole movie he just can't do the thing. Like he doesn't believe in himself. It's just like, I'm trying, and they're like, no, you have to do it. And we have kind of I don't know, maybe who do you think will be the Morpheus of the of the movie that's being like, no, we believe in you. We know that you're Prince Adam, He-Man, and you got to do this thing. And he's just like, I want to, but I just can't. I don't have it. And then at the end, he's finally, I have the power. And they're like, yeah.
I think you nailed it with the first Matrix as a that's the arc. You know what I mean? Like the Matrix 1. Idris Elba's your Morpheus, probably, right?
Well, that's racist. No, I was. You would think that by default, just because of the character. He's the older, wiser one, but Tila goes and gets him from Earth, so that's why I'm like, maybe.
She's your Trinity.
Oh yeah.
I guarantee you, it just slots in one for one like that. Like I guarantee it, dude.
Yeah, I mean the difference is he's been on the hunt for the sword. He knows that there's like some weird connection with him and something else, and he's trying to figure that out. That's what we get from the trailer. And he's like, "Oh, that's my sword," and he knows it's his, but he doesn't have the strength to even get it out of this statue thing. So that's like Neo kind of knowing that there's something more than the world he lives in, and he's trying to figure out what that is. And that's when Trinity shows up and is like, yeah, there is more to that. And he's like, whoa. Then it's like, yeah, maybe he's just like, I do, just like Neo trying to jump the roof and doing all that stuff, and he can't do it. And then we just see Prince Adam trying to be a beefy boy, and he can't.
Yeah, and then and he has all these different teachers. He's got, maybe Cringer teaches him something. They had that whole shot where it's like the crew, and it was like Roboto, also. And I don't know whoever is voicing Roboto. But you got it. It's a Matrix. But you got to add something new if this is going to be a credible movie. I don't know what that new thing is, because right now, I just like I hate when a story is like so predictable. And I'm not saying it is. Maybe there's curveballs. Maybe there's like real curveballs, not like, instead of doing this, he does like it's got to be like dynamic enough that it makes the story feel.
Oh my God.
Different. What?
Kristen Wiig is voicing Roboto.
Kristen.
We just got
Wiig.
2 confirmations of that. 3 people have confirmed Kristen Wiig is Roboto, and I'm in it. I'm into it. I'm more into it now because I love Kristen Wiig so much. And we were talking yesterday about blurries, and well, now
well, don't mention what blurries is.
Nope. But I love Kristen Wiig so much, so that's a plus. It's probably a small thing, kind of like oh God, what's her name?
That's so random.
What's her name voicing Leatherhead in the animated movie in Mutant Mayhem? What was her name?
Oh, Kristen Wiig.
No, another beautiful woman. She was in stuff. Anyway, yeah, I'm more interested in this movie than I am the Street Fighter movie. And the Street Fighter like promo images we've been getting is like these are like true to game characters, and it's so true to game designs that I'm like, ew.
Yeah.
But I guess there was a quote from a director or something like that. It's like they it's all like outlandish anyway, so we're just going for it kind of thing.
Yeah.
And maybe that's a good thing, but yeah, some of the designs are just so on model that I am like turned off by it. Where everything I've seen from this, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that director makes good stuff. He's have you ever seen Kubo and the Two Strings?
It is Rose Byrne. Yes.
I can't, but like he made that. That's a great movie. NECA King, although I do love NECA King, said something here that kind of annoys me, and it's like, movie about He-Man toys needs to be dynamic and layered. Yeah, it does. It does. I feel the same way about kids' movies, and it doesn't. We're not talking about like, and I'm not going to pick on NECA King, but he represents like a faction that does like believe stuff like this. It's just like even a movie for kids needs to be layered at some point, because otherwise it's like you're just watching junk food. You know what I mean? Like
every Pixar movie is layered.
Yeah, like Pixar. Yeah, exactly. Like you're telling me that Coco isn't like I don't want to just watch junk. You should challenge people that write. You're getting paid millions of dollars. This is only going to happen maybe one time in a generation. Yeah, of course. Give it. And I'm not saying that it won't be. We're just going off a trailer or a teaser. But yeah, I want there to be a point. I want it to be layered. It doesn't have to be, like the junk food can be coupled with like a story that has a point that isn't just like made by an executive.
Well, here's the thing for you. If like, okay, so you just want like a Fast and Furious movie where there's pointless. Everything is pointless. It's just, wow, explosion, big cockle, boom, wow. Oh, I can't wait to next one. Or do you want something like, the first, I guess, couple phases of Marvel? Like all of those, the reason why all of that stuff was good is because it was so layered. Captain America, Iron Man, all of those things were good. Guardians of the Galaxy, you're like characters you've never heard of showing up, being part of a movie, and it's layered and there's so much going on. It's still goofy, still explosions and bright and colorful and all the things that make us dumb brains. But anything that kind of came out, like all the stuff in the last 6 years or whatever, none of it has felt like it's been that layered thing. Like it's not story driven stuff, and that's why people don't like it.
Yeah, and I agree 100%. And I also want it to be that. And again, I'm not saying it has to be a Chris Nolan movie. Not that Chris Nolan makes perfect movies for stuff like this, but like, yeah, but like I think of like the first Pirates of the Caribbean. Dude, like remember the first remember the first Pirates movie? Like that was such a fucking wild ride, and you know, it was different, but it was also what was so great about it is it was different enough and it was interesting enough that you got other pirate
Right.
movies. So I think the whole point is like you don't want this just to be a one and done. You want it to do something that is
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Well, I mean, just
interesting
to
enough.
keep talking about Marvel stuff, like the only reason why that all had the success that it had was because of those first few movies being that way. You know, if you just
Yeah.
made it a big dumb movie, then it's just like, okay, maybe we'll make another one, but you know, you see that all the time.
Yeah, and just based on your Fast and the Furious thing, it's like forget about like the movies that forget about the Fast and the Fury movies that made it like that established the franchise. Remember Fast Five when they first introduced The Rock?
Right.
Like that was actually a really good movie, and that was before it got like super silly. And I know the end of that movie with when they're dragging us like safes, like that was over the top. But the movie was not a predictable like that was the first one where people were like, "Oh shit, this is like a big action movie." So I'm thinking it's more like that. You know what I mean? And you can't get that if you just play it safe. So that's what I'm just hoping that this movie maybe is not just the thing that you go and you go, oh yeah, I thought it would just be that, and then like you wouldn't have gone to see the Pirates of the Caribbean. You wouldn't have walked out and seen Johnny Depp do that and see that whole movie and see Jeffrey Rush and walk out and went, yeah, it was your average pirate
Right.
movie. No, you were like, dude, this movie's doing something
Right. And this
special.
is based off a theme park ride.
Yes, that's what I'm. Thank you for that. King, where are you? That movie was based off a theme park ride, so you can take things that are maybe like silly, but turn them into gold and surprise us. You can still surprise people, and make something fucking cool. You don't have to, and look, that movie was made by a really great director, and those writers that did Pirates of the Caribbean, those like legendary writers. I don't know who this crew is other than the director. I don't know who wrote this movie. I don't know any of that. But the same, John, you want something to have legs,
Yeah,
John?
I will also like lean this into video games because I just finished Ghost of Yote, which is the sequel. I mean, there's no.
That's the
It's
samurai.
like
Is a samurai game, right?
Tsushima was the first one, and then this is the second one. But I just finished it, and like it's probably 10 minutes of credits because there's the amount of people involved, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is a movie production of all the teams, all the people all over the world, and doing different parts or whatever. But that is so incredible. That's the kind of stuff that like you find a way to connect people emotionally, and they'll lock into it forever. Where if it's just like we've seen plenty of dumb movies, all of the Transformers movies except for Bumblebee. They're all that's what those are. And I other than like the first one, maybe the second Transformer movie, everything after that was just like, ugh. And they got worse. Mark Wahlberg made them worse. Like his character's garbage. The plots, everything is real bad. And that's just, if
Right, right,
anything,
right,
that's junk food. And I'm like, ugh, I just don't even look
right,
forward to thinking about another one or rewatching any of them.
right. Yeah, it's the rewatchability, and stuff like this, and then Mason for Life. By the way, Mason is a avid viewer of the channel. I like Mason, but he's like really on the attack. He attacked in the comment. I'm whatever. I don't care. I'm a big boy, but it's like, how is it crime? Like I like what Mason? What have we said in the last 20 minutes that isn't for the movie? We're actually for the movie by saying the things that we're saying. We're saying that for a movie to have legs, it shouldn't just be going through the one notes. Like you
This
shouldn't
applies to
make
every.
a predictable
This
affair.
applies to just movies in general. That's why we're talking about other franchises. But we we're joking around. Obviously, we don't fucking know. We haven't seen the movie.
We don't
we
know. Who
both want to see
knows?
it. I am looking forward to seeing this movie, and I'm not like a huge Motu guy. So I mean, it's like hitting all the right things for me as far as like the looks and the actors and stuff. And you know, based on the trailer we were given, it genuinely looks like a Matrix plot.
Yeah, like we could be wrong, but it's like,
Yeah.
and isn't it also like fun to talk about like? Okay, I think Mason's
Well,
having a
yeah,
debate
but he
in
sure
the
did talk some
comments,
shit
but
yesterday on your Mason is all
oh
over
man,
the place.
he went through for my throat
Ugh,
yesterday. Whatever, I don't
yeah.
take it personally. If I make a video like that, I'm kind of asking for it. I don't care, but I'm picking on Mason because you know there's other people that like unless it's like a full embrace, it's considered like being negative, and I'm really not. I'm actually positive about things, but like you know, I just think that a good story is a thing that can carry a franchise. At least
Yeah.
for John, you saw it with like Iron Man. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like if you do a good enough first
I
story, you can
yeah,
carry
I've
it.
been on the side of saying like just stop giving Marvel movies such a big budget when they're trying to tell these stories because that's why they suck. They all like the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I felt like this with everything that was a fresh new story, everything that the Marvels. So like I enjoyed the Marvels, but it just felt like, oh, we got all this money and we have to do big time stuff to compete with
Right,
all of the last big movies. It's like, no, just every new phase reset and do low budget, good storytelling and just like have enough money to do the effects that you need to do, but force these people to work within a small budget. That's why you get these incredible horror movies when they have like no budget, but the writing is on point and obviously a good
right.
director, like that goes far.
Yeah, because you have to be create like I am Deadpool. Deadpool is
Yeah.
like a great example of like that first Deadpool. I mean, they had relatively very little money, but the story it is a strange thing when you in the absence of like a lot of money, and I'm talking like you can never make He-Man for like very little money. But we're talking relatively like, you know, $50 million, 60 million, which is considered a little money. In the absence of giant budgets, it does make you have to make the story better and it always
Yeah.
happens, right?
And just for the sake of it, let's let's remove Motu from the conversation and insert blank. Insert blank movie or trailer, and our conversation applies. That's kind of the point of this. It's
I
more like
yes, like
between you and my friend Gus, two incredible writers that are so story driven and plot and like characters and um if like people need to make a decision that makes sense, not just like do it just so they can move on to the next plot point or whatever. Like
yeah.
hearing you guys talk about movies is refreshing in a way. It's like it's crazy because I can enjoy movies a lot more than my friend Gus can because I just do where he's like, oh, why would this person do this thing? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Or like, I just don't care about like they didn't this character. You don't care about this character. They didn't do anything to make you care about them.
Yeah, yeah.
So that
Yeah.
stuff will drive him nuts to a point where a movie that is successful he won't like. But um,
No,
I think it's yeah,
I get his
exactly.
perspective.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
And yeah, I mean, Mason is saying, are movies made to entertain or not? Yes, of course. I'm just saying that, but to have legs, the movie has to really like nail. It can't just be like a junk food. Like I think of like John Carter of Mars.
yeah,
Like John Carter of Mars, if you guys don't know, they're based on books. Edgar Rice Burroughs, who did Tarzan, and there's a bunch of books, John. There's like Princess of Mars, God of Mars, Warlord of Mars, and that movie was a perfect example of a. It had such a big budget. It was such a to do. and it had a good director, but like that the studio had to make it so safe.
Yeah.
And it became so safe and so boilerplate that it just didn't connect to anybody. Like it just kind of was like they were like we felt like we saw this movie versus like a movie like Dune, like the Denis Villeneuve Dunes, where those are also big movies, but the budgets were not so high. And Denis Villeneuve is also he's a genius, and he figured out like a compacted way to get in there. And Dune is a franchise now. So I don't want it to become a John Carter of Mars. I would rather, and look, He-Man doesn't have like it doesn't have the DNA to become Dune, but you need something different that you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, if you care about the people throughout the film, and there's like I said, emotional things that you connect to by the end of it, then there's a reason to want a second film as a audience member. Not just because the movie did well financially. It's like, because we've seen that too. Like Pacific Rim, great movie, sequels, fucking garbage. It's like they just go at it and then they just don't know what they're doing. There's like, you lose a sense of scale. It's just like we just have robots that feel like they're, you don't have that impact that you got from the first one. But you see it. Oh God, Godzilla. I love the first one. Don't care about anything after that because they just don't carry any weight to them.
Wait, when you say the first one, you're talking about
2014 or whatever that that our boy did. He did the new Jurassic.
Oh, Gareth Edwards.
Yeah. So that movie felt great. It was good. Any issues you may have with the movie as a whole was like a Godzilla movie. It felt good, and you felt the scale of Godzilla and the impact of him. And then everything after that was like just big monster fight. And I don't have a connection to those. Like it's like, okay.
Yeah. No, Godzilla's a great example. Or like look at like Godzilla -1, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like that movie's success was all based on the fact that they found a really good story angle. Dude, a Godzilla movie about a kamikaze pilot. Like that's a great angle. That's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't have to be, and that simple angle is what made the whole thing different. So
yeah, I mean,
so I
think about oh shit. Nope, I already lost it. Forgot.
While you remember, we do have to acknowledge Toka da Razor. Oh wow, there's quite a bit of funny business going here. Toka da Razor gifting 20 memberships. Holy shit! Thank you, buddy. I'm gonna name all of them because I think we're having a good conversation. I want to just break it up. But yeah, and also Needles. Our friend Needles, John, also gifting memberships right there, gifting 10 memberships, double memberships for double Needles, double rainbow across the sky. Wow. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I think this is a fun, by the way, this shit is just fun to talk about. Like whether you agree or disagree, as long as you can be like emotionally mature, like I think it's just fun to talk about like possibilities and stuff like that. I think the danger, John, I think you nailed it with budget. The issue becomes with a movie like He-Man is A, the budget is gigantic, and B, it becomes very tricky because once the budget is this big and once you're dealing with what's called a legacy brand, you have so many different fingers in the pie, so many different executives.
That was the other thing I wanted to talk about. Thank you. Yeah, once people outside of like the team making the movie start to go, no, we think it should be PG. Like, okay, here's one. You kind of put it the right people, the right everything together, and you make Suicide Squad. But then, well, we need it to be this, and we need it to be bright and colorful, and it needs to be more cheery and PG-13 or whatever. And so then the studio steps in and just makes all of the shit that ruins the movie essentially, because I hated the first Suicide Squad, and now I'm like, okay, so what was he really gonna make? Because this one's stupid. I know they changed the ending because, or the main villain, or the ending or something like that, because it was like too in line with other Marvel things at the time or something. So it's just like the Dark Side is his name. Was supposed to make an appearance at the end of that movie instead, but it was all just like, it just felt like a mess by the end of it. My girlfriend actually enjoys the movie. I've always hated it.
You're talking about the first one with Will Smith, right?
Yeah.
The David Ayer
because
movie
David
or
Ayer
whatever.
can crush a movie. So it's like when stuff like that comes out.
Yeah, David Ayer's
Yeah.
great.
Well, and then you see it all the time. I can't think of anything now off the top of my head other than that. But where you get a great director, everything's in play to be a great thing, but then the studio peeps that start going in and saying, "Oh, well, we got to change this." And then people, they're like, "Ah, fuck it," and they don't want to have anything to do with it. They leave. They leave the production, or like they just talk about it afterwards, being like their worst experience for them ever to make a film.
Yeah, and then also a series of editors basically makes the
Yeah.
movie. That's the thing that people don't know too. Is like sometimes like you get a name. Let's say in this case it's like Travis Knight, right? Travis Knight that is doing He-Man. Is that his name? I think so. And then he's the director, but essentially the movie is created by a series of editors that they bring in, and they're like, put this in, put that in, put this in, do this, blah blah. And look, at some point there is a balance of like you have to give the studio something, you got to give them a little something, you know what I mean? But sometimes they take over the movie and people feel it. When people feel like the movie is made by committee, they check out. It happens all the time.
Yep. I mean, just ask Zack. Just ask Zack Snyder in any movie he ever makes, ever. It's always his original cut was totally different. He did that with obviously his Batman, Superman stuff, but then he did that with the Justice League. Then he complained about that with Netflix and his Rebel Moon series.
Oh God, that Rebel Moon series was not good.
Yeah, and there's like the first movie gets Snyder cut. It's like 3 hours long, and people are like, even people that are like diehard into it. There's like a full breakdown. I watched this one dude talking about it, and he's like, I mean, if you didn't watch the first movie, then it's probably better to just watch the Snyder cut version.
Right.
But if you watch the first one, there's nothing that makes this one any better to go watch and think it's a better film now. You're just going to be like, it's just a longer version of the film I didn't like.
Right. Yeah. It's exactly that.
Justice League too. So
Mason realized that, as you know, how do I agree with you, and I'll go out to you when I don't, but I always support you. That's why I'm talking. That's why I don't consider Mason like a troll, because he does support. I by the way, I like disagreements sometimes that can lead to conversation. So it's not like
yes, it's the way people want to present that. I don't know if they just think that they're the two of us being friends and know how to talk to each other, but if it's a comment from a person on the internet, you don't get the sense of this, like giving each other shit.
Right.
So just keep that in mind. If that's your goal, is to be kind of like, hey, at least I'm not Jewish or whatever. Like if you just went and commented on his thing, that people just wouldn't. It doesn't hit the same.
So. No, I get. Look, and I like the dialogue, and I like when, dude, I even like it when in the comments people go at me. Just as long as it's something that's credible and we can talk about, and not like just like, you're a fucking piece of shit, and not that anybody was saying that here, but like, but yeah, I think it is. I think the spirit of this is like, if a movie has like a really good story that connects, dude, you can take that, and eventually the steam will run out, but you then have a franchise, dude, and people are now invested.
I will say, I know not everybody here watches anime. If you do, I highly recommend Freerin. This one, speaking of Abasai in the chat, this anime is about they all have magic. They all do magic, okay? and you're gonna think like there's demons and all this shit, and it's just gonna be like epic battles, and it's anime. There's always crazy stuff, and it's like 90% story driven, a little bit of action, and it so works, man. People
What's the
love
name
that
of it
show.
again?
Frieren.
Free. Can you spell it? Frieren.
Frieren.
F-R-I.
But that it's just the second season just went. If you have Crunchyroll, just launched earlier this month. But that is one of those things where like it's not just action and blah 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 blah. It's all story, and it's just so fucking good. And then when the action happens, it's more rewarding. Like it's a great payoff. But let me acknowledge Mr. Abasai 3D Forge. Speaking of Frieren, he is a master of sculpting, as I hope everybody in the chat knows. But he made this whole freaking briefcase that opens and closes. He made a little book and a potion for that character that like she carries that shit all around in the show. And the two brands have made this figure, and nobody's given her that stuff. So Abasai has done the thing.
Abasai is the gnome that makes cool shit.
Yes, that's noticed his profile pic. He is only this big.
People don't know that.
It's easy to make when I'm this small.
But he has a tiny webcam.
Yeah.
That I mean, Abasai could. The funny thing is, he could be working on a tiny set this big. You would never know because when you're in a Zoom or you're doing this, you don't know relative size.
You're right. Yeah, you'd think it's 1-to-1 scale. Does making a what's supposed to be a rated R flick PG-13 ever really produce more money? I don't think that's ever been the case. Think of Terminator 3 also got like pushed down in its I don't know if they were all rated R. They were all rated R, weren't they? But like Terminator 3 came out and they were like, no PG-13.
No, Terminator wasn't that PG-13?
Let's see.
Wait, so what is
rated R? First Terminator, of course. I mean,
the first Terminator was a pretty hard R.
Yeah. Second one is an R.
It is?
Oh, third one is well, this is Google saying it's a R rating. I don't think that's true though.
Oh, he's saying what's making us what's supposed to be an R-rated flick.
Yeah, and Suicide Squad is an example of that. Oh, I guess Terminator 3 was rated R. That's crazy. Huh. Anyway, I just lost all credibility. Thank you so much, Abasai, for the $20. I appreciate that. And all your hard gnome work.
Hard He's a hard gnome. It's Super Joey right here. Joey Chalom, my guy. Verisimilitude. Verstoyetic. Ooh. Age-old dilemma. That's a $20 word. But thank you for the super chat. Verisimilitude, John. The truth. We're looking for the truth. I think Big Fat, what he's summing up. I was concerned about most the same problem I have. Just okay. Maybe a hot take. I don't think it's a hot take. I agree. Superman is more than to me. Like somewhere in the middle. I don't think it was like an average, just kind of ho hum movie. But it was better than like a phoned in movie, I thought. But yes, I think it has to have something special. Special is a great word. Like, what's the special thing that makes it so that, oh, I want to see more movies in this world. I want to see another. I don't want like a one and done. I don't want to wait 40 years for another He-Man movie.
Yeah.
When they give it another go.
Unless it's a Batman franchise, you'll just get a new one tomorrow.
Unless it's because Batman is a legacy property that prints money, and they know that they can make money off Batman, and they know with Batman you're more comfortable because you're like, if we don't make it this time, we'll make it in 3 more years.
Yeah, and we'll try it again, but we won't try that hard.
yeah, and but by the way, like Batman also Nolan came in with Batman, there was a lot of what the studio considered. Batman, in their eyes, had nowhere that they thought could. They're like, we don't know where to go with this right now.
Yeah.
They had the Burton movies; those are very successful. Schumacher movies, I know now they're nostalgic, but at the time, they weren't. They were considered. They're hokey. They are hokey movies. We love them. We grew up with them, right? But with Batman, you get enough at bats. No pun intended. That you could get somebody like Chris Nolan who might do something different and experiment a little. Problem is with He-Man, it's like you said, and it goes back to what you're saying. It's so big. It has such a big budget that they're like, you got one shot, and you got to make it fucking perfect. And that's the problem. Like the movie doesn't have to be perfect; it just has to bring something unique. And yeah, I also want to acknowledge Mikkel Stapler right here. Message member for 20 months. Just representing for the Hatterites. Thank you, buddy. So and then we got this one, Johonathan. Mr. Meyep. 99 JP Bay. Do you guys have any advices for someone like me who is suffering from heavy addiction, CNH daily? I have my figures and things I don't want to sell. Don't know what
cock and herpes.
Yeah. Do you? Well,
I assume that's the heavy stuff, the C and the H. You're in Hollywood, you know what those things are. But you know the C more than the H. I'm from West Virginia.
Are you talking about C? Like
I would assume so. 80s. The 80s C. And the H is the big thing that hits my hometown of Huntington, West Virginia, which is not good.
Advice. John, give you your advice my router, because he's telling me to restart my router.
Yeah, your internet sucks. Well, I can't say that by any chance or any stretch that we are people that should be giving that kind of advice. The only thing you should be doing is going through, like Roman Kim is saying, seek professional help. Yeah, I mean, you have surely things in your area, centers or whatever, to assist you with those kinds of things. But yeah, we are not the people. I mean, this whole collecting is an addiction. Obviously, it doesn't cause damage as much. I mean, it can. We've seen that as well with people losing relationships over it. But yeah, no, we don't have the answer, certainly. But professional is definitely the way to go. And if you need guidance on getting the professional stuff, then that's when I guess people like ourselves would be willing to help as much as we possibly can. What do we got here? Welcome back, Mr. Man. Hello?
Yeah, is it any better?
I mean, for now, yeah, you're doing well.
I can't fully restart the router because I just realized my wife is working. So
you're crisper than you were, so I appreciate that.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to leave. Well, the person that was having, if it is like a real addiction, yeah. John, what was your advice? Yeah,
that we are not the people to be giving that kind of answer, but as the chat saying, seeking credible professional help, finding your
yes, exactly, yes. And if you want, you can DM me, buddy. And I know some people that are very, very helpful people. So if you have Instagram and you are thinking dark thoughts, please DM. You can DM me, and I'll make you happy. I'll do hello, my baby. Hello, my. I'll do a little dance for you. But yeah,
I mean, seek support from the those like-minded folks that are willing to talk to you about it. I mean, especially if they're willing to talk about it publicly.
Yeah, there's a good look. We argue, we bitch a lot, and this and that, but there's actually a good community here. There are good people there, and a lot of times, for some, this kind of keeps people going. And this work with any hobby, like you can find, there's a lot of fun talking about movies and pop culture. As early as this is, John, I love jumping on and talking shit and stuff like this. So there's a lot of bright things about this hobby and just the stuff that we're doing. So
it's funny because just doing things like this right here, not that you have to be online, but just setting up like a routine with friends can change people's lives too. So
yeah, it really can. I'm being completely serious. I like this, John. I got to answer this question for Hat. If you got Flip or Cameo, how would you put him in the movie? Flip or Frank, the one who found the sword in the DMC? Dude, it's not even that. It's to me, it's so simple. You're in Eternia, you're in some kind of marketplace scene, and they're like, they need to find. They have a broken ship. You know what I mean? They need to, we need a piece for the ship. Well, and they find, hey, how's it going? And he shows up and he's like, and he tries to rip them off, where they're like some vendor or something, and he's like, I'll charge you this much for the piece, and they're like, what the fucking, who's this asshole? He's like, I'm just trying to make some money. He's just like one of those guys, one of those asshole merchant guys. That probably pisses off Man-at-Arms, and he grabs his lapels and puts them to the wall. And he's like, hey, for you, 20, but he's like that dude. And that's it, and you don't have to, the people that don't know about Flipboard, they just think that's a funny scene. Yeah. And the people who do know, they're like, that's Flipboard. There you go. That's it. And then you make everybody happy, including myself. Because I'm getting paid for that cameo.
Yeah, they cast you as that too, but they have to put you in like a bodysuit.
There you go.
Big muscle bodysuit, so you're all jacked.
John, they don't need a bodysuit. Come on, they need a bodysuit.
It's really just because your proportions aren't toyetic.
I walk like this.
Yeah, you have your short, stumpy legs and your
with tiny legs. I have Origins proportions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You should have that. That's what you don't have.
Right. I'm all game food, John.
You think we'll see? I guess we should get into. Do you think there's going to be like a whole drop of toys based on this? It'd be crazy not to, right? Like this is the whole reason the brand exists.
I feel like there has to be, but like movies coming out in June, we're in January now.
Yeah.
You would think that they would have previewed something.
I mean, that's still a long ways away. And for toys, sometimes it's like you do the Hasbro method where the movie's out and then 6 months later the toys are out and you're like, I don't care about these anymore.
Yeah.
Or you do like the Mutant Mayhem thing and they're like out a week or two before the movie or whatever that scenario was. Like if you can play your cards right, then everything releases at the same time and it's this big explosion. So I would say that maybe 1 or 2 months before the movie comes out, we would hear something from Mattel. And then they'll release it all around that same time. So there's a lot of hype to build, because the idea at the end of the day is to make money off this stuff.
Sure.
And the toys are a huge part of the brand. So they have to have this like major plan. It's just going to,
it's got to be
like Turtle Mania.
It's got to be like, you don't come out with a movie. Well, here's a question, and I don't know the answer to this, but when Barbie came out, did Barbie also have like a big toy line for the movie? I don't remember.
That's kind of outside of our thing, but I remember there were movie versions in Barbie style, plus the Dream House, the dojo. Casa Dojo. But yeah, I think there was like a pretty, for what they do. I don't, obviously they didn't start making 6-inch stuff and play around in different scales, but they did the Barbie thing. The Barbie line got the Barbie treatment.
So there was like, to coincide with the movie, like a big Barbie
Yeah. And I would, I again, not being as close to that as I was with the Mutant Mayhem, and I don't even remember that. I believe that stuff came out with the movie as well. And then it wasn't a later scenario.
Toy Stalker saying there's definitely a movie Scareglow figure, and he would know. So, yeah, I assume, yeah, you don't make a movie like this without, I mean, that's the benefit of a movie like this, right? Is like not all movies have toys, and this is the perfect, it's like always reminds me like the Phantom Menace craze. You remember when those movies came out? It's just like, oh my god, you were buying figures that you didn't even know. I remember I was buying, God, how, like me and Reese, we were still in school, and we were in like what Toys R wherever, and we were buying Phantom Menace figures of characters that we were like, we don't even know what purpose they have in the movie.
Yeah.
Like I remember a perfect example, that silver C-3PO that was like had like it wasn't C-3PO, but it was like that silver C-3PO robot that had a tray or some shit. And that stupid robot had one tiny scene in the movie where it walked by, but at the time you didn't know what part of the movie was going to play. You're like, I gotta buy this thing. It was so stupid looking back.
Yeah, I just, the only thing that bothers me with toy releases is when they ruin. It's like a spoiler.
Like a spoiler in the toy
you're
release.
like, oh fuck, that's what the dude looks like,
Right. It's called like it's like Death of Skeletor playset, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, with movie authentic features. Speaking of him, I'm glad we never heard his voice, which was kind of interesting that we never heard Skeletor say anything. If I was behind that movie and then seeing how much Jared Leto has like caused the movie or line to shit itself, I would have done the richest man in the world treatment. And I think that's the name of the movie, where like you just go in and completely replace that character. And since he's all CG, you just get a new voice actor. Well, his head is. So you got like the physical portrayal by Jared Leto, and then you just get a different voice actor to come in and redo the parts. So that way you can like remove Jared Leto's name from the,
and just to
he's just the physical thing, like with Darth Vader. You have a guy who plays him, but James Earl Jones got the credit.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised that they kind of did it. Well, they didn't they didn't have his voice
right
in the trailer. So, yeah, he is completely persona non grata at this point. So, it's like, they want to wipe that slate. TC-14, I think, was that robot. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, they want to completely distract you and be like, no, don't look at that. Look at this. There was no Jared Leto at all in there.
Yeah, thank goodness. I almost forgot that he was playing that character. So thank goodness you don't see his face.
That guy is a major fucking weirdo, man. People don't know, I've had a few jobs in this town, but all on the writing side. And anyone I've ever spoken to that had any connection to Jared Leto is always like, yeah, that guy's fucking into some weird shit, man. So I'm not surprised. I'm not like,
Yeah, I was watching the Caravan of Garbage, and they were talking about some movie with Jared Leto and just how crazy he is. And like one of the things is like he gets interviewed on a red carpet thing. Oh, is it true that you were sending out packages to your cast members of like pig hearts and like used condoms and things like that? And he's like, oh no, I love a good rumor, but those are just rumors. And they're like, because they're Australian. Oh, but that's because 6 months ago he posted up in well, that was a bad act. That's bad. I'm from the UK, but I live in Australia, don't I? They're like 6 months ago, he's doing the same thing, spreading the rumors. So
was he the one that was spreading that rumor?
So it's like, well, there's not a rumor then. If you're the one that started the rumor, you told people in some other interview that you were sending those things out to people. So it's like,
you know what that is, dude? That is textbook narcissism, where you lie so much that you forget your lies. I maybe, you know what I mean? Like it's and that goes back to like method shit. I can't stand method, like, you know, where it's just like I'm so, you know, like the character. I remember, and
oh, dude, well, think of it, Jim Carrey, and
I was just gonna mention, and I love Jim Carrey.
Everybody hated it,
but everyone hated Jim Carrey on that Man on the Moon set.
Yeah,
and rightfully so, because if you're walking around craft, and I understand you're in a character, I get that, okay, but you're not such a fucking delicate artist that you got to be at a craft table harassing people as Andy Kaufman or Tony Clifton or whoever the fuck he was portraying. Stop it. You're not such a genius that, you know, method is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
If you take it that far.
Oh my God. Yeah. How method do you go if you're playing a psycho murderer?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I gotta get.
Oh, Jared Leto,
you're doing method. You're doing method to Joker. Did you go kill people and rob banks and stuff and fight Batman?
I heard he turned naturally blue for Skeletor.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't even have them put. He went on some diet where it just made his skin all
blueberries only.
He's like, I'm gonna eat blueberry. But yeah, somebody said Leto's an ass. He's an ass. Dude, he has like a cult. You're an ass. You're just a Hollywood ass, you know?
It doesn't make sense that, like, he keeps getting put in things.
I don't get it.
If he had, like, oh, there's a flop because of Morbius, but then he was in this, like, whatever that Texas movie is with Matthew McConaughey. What the hell was that? He plays.
Well, he was really good in that movie.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, oh, he's got that movie. He's really good in it. But then he does Morbius and he tanked. Okay, but he did that last movie. Okay, and then he does another movie that's good. Then it's like, okay, so it's just, you know, maybe it's not always his fault. But then what has he done since, like, Suicide Squad, at least, that has been good?
Right, exactly. No, you're right. He this comment just made me laugh. He surgically had his face removed. Yeah, no, you're there seems to be when Hollywood decides that somebody is an it person, like they're the it person that we put in stuff, I feel that like there's a long runway until they stop that. It's not immediate, you saw that with Kevin Spacey. Like, dude, 10 years before Kevin Spacey got the guillotine, people were like, something's going on with Kevin Spacey. Like, watch out. And it takes a long time. So yeah, it's like in all of these things, I think now he's cooked. I think he's currently cooked right now. But it takes a long time for it to get to that point. And, you know, and he's fine. He's probably fucking rich as hell at that point, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is something weird. It's very it takes a long time to part ways when they decide you're the it guy, I guess, which I don't know who decided that. Another super chat right here for Mr. Meyep, $4.99 GBP. Jared Leto just has that thing that every man knows but can't explain when they meet a guy. That's just not right. Yeah, there's a I don't know how you are, John, with like actors, but like I ingratiate myself to an actor, and it could be an actress too, when I feel that they're on the level, or I feel like, you know what, this person feels like they're grounded.
Yeah.
You can have a beer with them. You can talk to them. Nothing pisses me off more when I see like an artiste, and you know what I mean when I say that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like somebody that's like so disconnected. You could be blue collar and still be an artist. You don't have to be a fucking
What is it about, like, people? Do they think the others aren't worth their time? Is it this, like, I'm so good at acting, but I can't talk about sports for 5 minutes, even though I love sports. It's just my character doesn't like sports, so I'm not going to be involved in that conversation
Right.
you all have between scenes. It's like it's crazy to me that you can't just be like, as an actor, be able to just go, okay, all right, back to one. You get in your position,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna you re-engage with that character and be in that thing. I mean, I do this stuff every few months. The local university has this thing called quick scripts. We talked about it, and it's just like this quick turnaround thing. But the morning of, you get the script, you read it. That evening, you're doing it in front of an audience.
Right. It's like quick turnaround.
And
yeah.
Generally, those are comedy, like almost always comedy. But then every once in a while, somebody will write like a really emotional one. And there was one where I had to like give a eulogy to my son who passed away after his because he had like PTSD from being in the war. And I'm like, I have different family members there, and I'm reading this stuff, and like I'm crying in the rehearsal part, and then the performance I have to cry. And this was hard, but I was able to do it. But I literally went from crying my eyes out on stage for this performance, then walking up to the audience at the end of it and reading information about, like, if you or somebody you know needs help, dial, now I can't remember what that code is, for like suicide prevention and stuff, and like say that to the audience, and like that made it even worse. And then as soon as the lights went down, I run off to the wing of the stage and I go, okay, lights come on, and I walk back on stage and I'm like, oh man, wow, look at this place. And it's a comedy. Like within seconds, I had to cut from those two things. So it's crazy to me. And I know that, like, everybody functions different, but if you have to put people out or make people uncomfortable, or you're just so like, if people don't enjoy you on set, they don't want to work with you again. And as an actor, you want to be able to keep working. And if you can build good relationships, there's plenty of times I've been called directly because they had, hey, we got a new project, because they just liked me on set.
Yeah.
Because I am not a good actor.
That's true.
But they like me on set.
That is true. No, you're being humble. You actually are a very good actor, but you are 100% right. At the end of the day, you're just like a member of the crew. You know what I mean? You're probably it's
everyone has their part to play. The camera guy, the lighting guy, the gaffers, all these people are just as important. So fucking get off.
Everybody's doing their shit, dude. When I went to film school, I probably had for 3 years every shitty job on a set, because I was in film school and they would have listings in my school. Hey, go be part of this set. And I just wanted set experience. And so I had like, I got to haul cables. I got to drive a truck.
Yeah.
Which nobody believed that I couldn't drive a truck when I like I just always had, this guy can drive the truck energy. But like, everybody's just trying to do something and get their fucking day. Nobody wants some dude that shows up and by the way, too, a lot of times when you're like the actor, you or the director are dictating the mood.
Yes.
So if you're at the top, if you're like at the top of the call sheet and you're acting like a douche, the whole production.
Oh my God, yeah. Dude, there's nothing that, as somebody that is a showman, there's nothing that I enjoy more than when, regardless of the type of project, with the like on camera stuff, that I can get the whole team on my side because of like the jokes or the things in between scenes, and like just being connected to everybody on set and talking to and acknowledging everybody, and like building these relationships and just making it fun for people. And when the whole crew is like laughing at a thing, I'm like, oh, that's heaven.
Yeah, no, that's those are the best times, and that's what gets you to come back, and that also applies on a Hollywood level, dude. Nobody wants to deal. There's no director now that wants to work with Jared Leto. Trust me, because like only one that gets saddled with him, because like it's just like, you know, like you like I recently saw a thing about like Mickey Rourke, and I love Mickey Rourke, but like I've heard enough stories that this guy's another pain in the ass. Dude, nobody wants to go when you go make a movie or feature, you're really going to war. It's at least 14 days in a foxhole. If it's a movie like He-Man, it's 6 months in a foxhole.
Yeah.
You want to be in there with some fucking like, you know, douchebag smoking fancy cigarettes and like, everybody be quiet, I'm in my thing. Nobody wants that.
There's so many times of that. Van Damme on Street Fighter. There's Wesley Snipes in Blade 3. Like, just the shittiest people that don't show up unless it's a close up. Like, that was the big thing with Blade Trinity, is that Wesley Snipes was just never there unless it was a close up. It was just stunt double. Because he just
because he's doing his own thing or he's partying, and it's like, it sucks, man. It sucks when you have somebody who they're so above your production that, you know, it's like, and that energy, dude. I've been on so many of these sets as a crew person.
Yeah.
And again, like somebody asked what kind of truck, what was it? Box. It's always box truck, because you need a license. If it goes over box truck, you can't just hand it to an idiot like me. You gotta, you know, but like, you know, but yeah, it did. I've been on so many productions as like some teamster where it's just like, there was a one that Craig Sheffer from, do you remember that actor? River Runs Through It, or with Brad Pitt. He was a big actor. I remember, you know, I'll call him a douchebag. I was running cables on this set, and like he was like pissing off the DP. Like the DP was trying to get the light, and every 5 minutes he's like, actually, I want to sit here for the scene. And so if you guys don't know, you got to change all your lighting when a guy's like, I want to sit here. But if he's like a dude that's commanding the set, you got to listen to him, and you're like, all right, his character wants to sit here. And the problem is the director had no balls to be like, no, motherfucker, you sit there and do the thing. So like, he was just like, I'm going to sit here. And then he went, and they moved all the lights, and we all had to move the lights like a bunch of fucking assholes.
Which is like 15 minutes minimum.
Yeah, at least 15 minutes. And then when he got there, he's like, you know what? I'm not and he wanted to move back. And it was like, and finally the DP was like, he took him aside. He's like, hey man, I know you're trying to get into the thing. I know you're trying to think, but like, don't fuck with me. Like, and once he said that to him, he was fine the rest of it. Like, but it's so stupid that you even have to play this alpha playground game. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of these fuckers that are like
it happens from the director side too. Like,
yeah,
we're harping on a lot of actors, but there's been times where I've been on set and I'm like, oh god, this fucking director is ruining it for everybody. And like, as an actor, I'm like, okay, all right. I'm just like, god damn, this fucking dickhead. You know, it's like, there was actually this wild time where I was having to do, I've never seen the footage, but there was like a vacuum thing. I don't know if it was a commercial or like a shopping network thing or whatever, but it's like you're supposed to go from hardwood to carpet. So there's like a rug there, and there's dog hair on the rug, but the vacuum is this like really small, lightweight, portable thing that you can like reattach and just do all the stuff with. So there's no weight to it. So the front of it that's on this kind of little ball thing, as soon as you would like hit the carpet part, it would just kind of go, it would just kind of do its own thing.
It wasn't heavy enough to
just freely, like if you got a full size vacuum, yes, this would be easy. But it's just like we're on a ball joint thing, and it was like we probably did at least, and I am not exaggerating, at least 20 takes of just going from the hardwood to the carpet. And this guy had to just be off camera every time, pull the dog hair back out of the vacuum or the extra pile he had, stick it back on the carpet. And the director would just like, he's just getting so upset that it's not, that I'm not doing the thing properly or whatever. And I'm like, it's just fucking vacuuming.
Yeah.
So like, there's a certain point where like I have to say things, you know, but I'm still just trying to play the game or whatever. And like, oh, I just feel bad for whatever his name was with the dog hair. You're like, oh yeah, you know, it's just, there's no weight to it, or like whatever thing you're trying to say. So then there's like a certain point where it's like, okay, can you come show me what you want to do or whatever? And then he can't get the thing to do it. And it's like, you fucking dickhead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, that's that is you're 100% right. There's a lot. That's also though. Again, somebody on the other side of it, it's like Stanley Kubrick. That's where that comes from. They're like, they all think like they're like the next Stanley Kubrick, who's like, oh, he did 100 takes. It's like, well, I mean, Stanley Kubrick is kind of a douchebag too. But by the time, I guarantee you, Stanley Kubrick did not start out doing 100 takes. He got to the point where he became Stanley Kubrick. I'm not saying it's right that he has a name, but like, I've had to deal with like that kind of shit too. And, you're working under some fucking director who does exactly what you're saying, spends tons of time on shit that you're never going to care about when you watch the movie. But it's like, my vision. Oh, my vision is this. Fuck you and your vision.
Fuck that. That's a note to Scarlet Witch, right? Fuck you and your vision.
The comment?
Fuck you and your vision.
Oh, fuck. Yes. Exactly. You want to read that? You want me to read it? 1999 GPV. Thank you, buddy. Mr. Mayep, very generous today. He's a parody of an artist. Real artists like to just do their thing, hang out without much attention. You just show off without much talent. He's a guy that wants attention. People who love what they do. Like that's true. You know what I mean? Like your work should be the thing that speaks. It's like not your shenanigans, not like your fucking rock star mentality, not the, I did method shit on the set, not the, it's like people like guys that just go and, Walton Goggins. Why do people love Walton Goggins? Like, why is he the new dreamy guy that everybody loves? Not dreamy, you know what I mean? Because he just works. He goes to work. He does his shit, and you don't hear bullshit about him. Right. He's just a dude that like loves what he's doing, and he's like, cool, I got to do this stuff.
Yeah, he's like one of our best actors at this moment. It's crazy.
People love someone that like, I love what I'm doing. This is fun. I get to do this.
Yeah. Yep. God, what was I gonna say?
You were gonna say, "Don't fuck with me."
Don't fuck with Uncle Baby Billy. I guess.
Uncle Baby Billy. Yeah. Anyway, this is just like
it's changes. It's not teen Jesus. It's changes.
I like your Uncle Baby Billy,
Thank
John. You know that I do.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of I don't know how we jumped. Well, we jump a lot on subjects. But,
this is the most on one topic we've been though, ever.
It is. Well, we started talking about toys, He-Man toys.
Well, it was all based on He-Man. We barely talked about the toys. We managed to make our way. I kind of tried to pivot us into toys. Like, okay, well, you think there's going to be toys? We said there will be, like Barbie.
And then it just jumped. What are you predicting as wave 1 of the He-Man toys? I am curious.
God. Well, I don't know enough yet of the characters we're going to see based on what I saw. I mean, you'd get a Prince Adam, not He-Man version. No. These are toys. They're going to sell the He-Man He's Got the Power version. He's got the power. If that song doesn't play in the movie, I'm walking out, by the way. So that's what you're going to get. You're going to get that version, and it might come out like a couple weeks before the movie, and then you watch the movie and you're like, oh, it's only like 10 or 15 minutes. And it may not be like truly movie accurate, because we're going to be like, well, these are the toys that got made based on early sketches and designs or whatever, but then the movie ended up looking like this. So we'll get him. I think Skeletor will not look like the movie version because of that specific thing.
You think it will? Wait.
I think what I'm saying is like when the Skeletor figure comes out, it's going to not be movie accurate based on the rules that I just gave, which was they got the early renders and all that stuff. And you're going to be like, wait, but that doesn't really look like the thing. Just like how we got Fantastic Four figures and the Thing has no boots and no shirt. But then the movie, all you see are his hands and head as a rock.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's expensive to draw rock guy, so let's do clothes man. So I think you'll get a He-Man. There'll be like mostly fine. Skeletor will not be accurate, and then I don't think you'll get Tila in the first wave.
Whoa, no Tila?
I don't think so.
Is McFarlane putting these out?
Maybe Man-at-Arms in that first wave because it's Idris.
Okay. You don't think? I think they're going to include some big monster figure, like either Beastman or like Spyco or something. I don't know. You don't think like they'll have like?
I don't know enough to say.
Just based on the trailer, I feel like they'll put in like a more obscure, because that's how you get those obscure characters made, is you piggyback them on the characters that have like big cachet. So if you have He-Man and Skeletor, you got to include somebody that like, you know, because the mentality is like, I'll just get them all.
Yeah.
So you know, you got to bring in like Spike or like somebody that,
right.
And it's also fun to make, you know.
I would agree with that. I'm just saying I don't know enough about Motu and villains to claim somebody as a. But yes, you make your nonsense kind of just guy that you're hero. Like you want to buy the hero, and for the kids, you need somebody for him to fight. So you make a Spike or whatever the hell you made up. I got this flipboard. Oh my god, there's a future commercial for you. You got to find a kid, because I don't think your kid's old enough to do this.
I'll let you know.
And let's face it, she doesn't really have the star mentality of somebody like Jared Leto.
I hope not.
Get a kid to be like, oh man, I got this knockoff He-Man or whatever, and it's Flipboard. You know, he's like all excited, like, we got you that new He-Man figure. And it's like, yeah, honey, the new one. And then it cuts to the kid and he's opening it up, and then it's Flipboard, and he's like, oh, what the
dude, that would be, see that and then you transition it to like a commercial just about the toys where he like he throws that or something. Yeah, come on, Mattel, what are you doing?
Flipboard with real flipping action, exclusively sold by Mad Hatter Toys.
I know Mattel knows about Flipboard. I know for a fact that somebody from Mattel knows about Flipboard. Because they sent me a very nice message, and they said, hey, I work in a certain department in Mattel, and we love Flipboard there. And that's all I can say. And don't ask me any questions about who I am or this and that. But that was a very nice message. I thought
Cindy Mattel.
Cindy, when I first read, because you know how when somebody sends you a DM, you can sometimes preview that first like part of it.
Yeah.
So all I saw is like, I'm whatever, and I work for Mattel. I had this thing in my throat that I was getting a cease and desist. I don't know why. I was like, I'm not ripping anybody off.
The very legal way of Instagram DM.
Dude, I was like, is this person like, you know, but then they were very nice, and they had an account where I couldn't tell who they were. It's like it's photography, whatever, but and they could have been lying too. But you know, they did say something nice. Yeah, Flipboard. Super chat 999 GBP. I predict Mafex will go downhill in the next couple of years. Whoa. Squeaky joints, expensive, cheaper stuff coming out that looks just as good. Well, thank you for this again, super chat, man. Very, very generous. John, you're more of a Mafex guy than I am, I believe, at this point. Do you think that the Mafex is
it's crazy. So I think of Mafex, they do a lot of stuff that SH Figure Arts will do. So you get these live action people, Star Wars characters, things like that. Mafex will do a lot of Batman, DC things. They do The Boys. A lot of comic book characters. But the problem is Mafex or Mafex and SH Figure Arts that do these live action movies like Star Wars or whatever, they just look okay at the end of the day. And Hasbro's head sculpts use the same dot printing that Mafex and SH Figuarts do. So it's like you get the same head sculpt result from all three companies. So $25 for a Marvel Legends comic character makes it really hard for people to, especially if you're paying US prices, because they're going to be like $100 for a Mafex. Obviously, you should be buying directly from Japan and paying like the $55 to $70 for them. Because if you do that, then it's like, oh, okay, there's a lot of accessories, it's better paint on the body and things like that. But they haven't pushed their stuff far enough ahead that you can compete with people like, well, let's just say InArt. InArt does a more affordable figure, and or we can just say the same price, because in the US pricing is like everything's like $100. But they knock it out of the park. I mean, they absolutely crush it. It's just there's no competition at that point.
Right.
And we know that InArt is doing all of the Batman versus Superman characters, so we're going to get like all of that. They're going deeper into the video games. They're doing Terminator stuff. So a lot of stuff that you see from Mafex, like Terminator or whatever, and you're just going to be like, why would I ever buy the Mafex version for this price? So unless they do this like drastic change to update the quality of their products, I think they're just kind of slowly dropping down.
I agree. The other thing I like Reed's comment. Sorry we screwed you on $1. Please don't run us out of business with Flipboard signed secret Mattel employee. That's why I love Reed, because he knows all the things to say. I agree with you about Mafex. The other thing about Mafex that I think is a detriment to, although they probably wouldn't look at it this way, is Mafex is owned by Medicom, as I understand it, and correct me if I'm wrong in the chat.
That's right.
But they're owned by Medicom, and Medicom, and I only know this because of DesignerCon, makes a ton of money.
Well, even San Diego Comic-Con, it's the same shit. They don't sell anything except for those stupid fucking bear things.
The stupid, so if people don't know, the stupid bears, we think they're stupid. If you like them, that's fine. The stupid bears with the Mickey Mouse ears, which I don't know legally how they get away with, that's where they make their money. So they don't want it like other people want it. You know what I mean? They don't have the, we need the, otherwise they'd be making probably more figures. That's why they have such weird schedule. It's like they come out with one every year. They'll pop up. Hey, we got a Bane. Oh, looks cool. Okay, and see you in a year. They don't. By the way, I feel the same way about Storm Collectibles for the longest time. Now they're kind of coming into their own. It looks like they're taking it seriously with a Storm Arena. But dude, for the longest time, Storm Collectibles, I used to joke around with my buddy. I was like, is Storm just run by like some like rich dude who doesn't really need these figures to be made? He just kind of gets off his ass every now and then, because it's just like versus like, let's say Jada Toys. Jada Toys wants in. They want in. They are constantly pumping stuff out, getting new licenses. Every next figure is better than the last. Like they want it. Some of these other places, I just feel like they don't want it, dude. Like they're just kind of like, whatever. 2 years from now, here's another one.
Yeah, they're hungry. That's the difference.
Yeah, like that means something. Dude, nothing is more dangerous and awesome than somebody that like wants it. Like they work hard, they put in their guts into a figure or whatever art, and they're like they're just like, I want to impress.
Yeah,
I want to get out there. Like that's the person you should look at. But yeah, there's a lot. Like I feel like Medicom, aka Mafex, is just like, they're just like, when we get to it, we'll get to it, Is
Jada Toys a U.S. company? Because I would say no, but maybe.
Is it because of this comment, comparing?
Yeah. But it's also, who gives a shit?
That doesn't matter. That's irrelevant.
No, it's irrelevant because you could talk about fucking Marvel Legends is also a U.S. company, but it's very comparable. Like the problem too is like everybody shops on Big Bad Toy Store and they'll spend $150 on a Mafex and be like, oh fucking, they're not worth it. And it's like, it's not It's not $155 though. That's Big Bad Toy
Yeah.
Store trying
that's
to
the
take advantage of you.
markup.
Stop buying international figures from Big Bad Toy Store. Period.
Exactly.
The in-art Batman Dark Knight Origins, Arkham Origins.
Yeah.
It's like $150 on there. It's $100 if you go to Nerdzoic. It's $72 retail. So like, stop fucking yourself and then being mad at like Mayfex or SH Figuarts or whatever when it's Big Bad Toy Store that's taking advantage of you.
Yeah, that's a retailer thing. They should not cost that.
And Jada is a US. Jada is a US company. So
Jada is okay.
Yeah.
Does say saying Ramen Toys wants it. We love Ace and his team. I will say this about Ace. He is a dude that really does work hard. He's I would say he's actually he's like a workaholic. Like he's like he wants in, you know what I mean? And like and it's a very competitive industry, but like that's also why he makes. Look, his car was really successful, and he's up against a lot of bigger like he's trying to get in the license game, but there's a lot of bigger players that have more money. But that's an example. There's a reason why his shit is good. You know what I mean? Like, say what you want about him, and or whatever, but his stuff that he makes is fucking on point. And again, I know for a fact, because I know that man, that he is a dude that eats, sleeps, and drinks like, is it eat, sleep, whatever. All the three of them, he wants it. So super chat 999 GPP. I realized it was over when Brown Suit Wolverine reissue didn't sell out in the UK. All the figure stores here have so many people trust aren't buying none of them. Thank you again for the chat. Yeah, and that one was hot for the longest time. That Brown Suit Wolverine was a hot, I guess it's easy to find now, but for the longest time it was like nobody could find it.
Yeah. I also got to give huge props to Mayfex for reissuing figures all the time. It's like, that's what everybody should be doing, man. It was such a big ordeal for like NECA. It's like, you think of the turtles, just the regular turtles. It's like in the movie ones, people just get pissed off when they get reissued, but it's such a standard practice for these companies, actually Figuarts, Mayfex, and the like, Figma. It's like, yes, reissue them because you have new people all the time.
Yeah.
It's good for business, good for collectors. Everybody's happy, especially like nobody wants to spend 3 times the amount to buy a figure, so they reissue it.
Yeah. Don't. I never really go far over MSRP for new figures anyway. And I say that distinction for new figures because when a figure is out of circulation or it's vintage, that's never coming back, really. You know what I mean? Like, but like when a figure is fairly new, like, I would slow down unless you got, months to live. But Needles saying, John Needles, he said, "Hey guys, I want it."
He's talking about either you or me or both of us. I don't know. That fat ass.
Oh, Needles. Needles is actually working on some fun stuff that I can't mention. It'd be so funny if like all the private stuff he tells me, I just vomit it right here.
Yeah, dedicate a whole live to it.
Oh my God, I'd love that. Anyway, Jonathan, if that's your real name, I think that's it, man. I think we should wrap it up, wrap it in. Let me begin. Wait, what? Any parting thoughts, sentiments? I think we had a good this is a fun one, dude. Just talking about shit. This is what I like the most, is when we kind of have a topic, but we just talk about the shit we want to talk about, and we're not like, we gotta stay on topic, and just fucking.
Oh, dude, I dread making a thumbnail every week because I'm like, I don't like. This was almost obligatory Motu conversation, or like, I guess we'll talk about this ? Like, from my perspective, we just need something for the thumbnail so that people will want to like click or whatever. But
right, of course.
I just want to come on here and talk to my friend for at least an hour. And
if you have time, talk to me.
Yeah. We'll get back to it later, little dino.
Talk to your little dinosaur friend.
Dinosaur. Look, it's a dinosaur that shoots blasts from its mouth.
That's pretty fucking cool. What is that giant blast effect from?
From this insanely beautiful Dragon Ball figure. This is a fan art, the design essentially of Broly.
Holy shit! I liked it more when the T-Rex. I liked it more when you had the T-Rex.
Oh yeah, I agree. That figure is going in the garbage because this is definitely.
Look at that.
Or
just shitting ice. Dude, how do we know the T-Rexes didn't have ice and fire powers? Like we don't know anything.
Yeah, because those are elements that just go away. There's not like remnants of like an ice blast or fire breath.
Right. Yeah, we don't. We've talked about this before, dude. But like, can you? I still can't imagine the first dude that just found a dinosaur skull, like a T-Rex skull. Like he must have like. Can you like without any context, you just find a giant monster skull?
Right. Or like you see a thing and then you start like digging it out, and then when it, like if this was filmed cinematically,
you got it.
He's like, oh, and then he starts digging it out, and then you're just like seeing this like perspective of him, and he's just like, oh, and then maybe it cuts to like another piece that's uncovered, and then oh, and then he like falls down, and he's crawling back at it, and then the camera,
yeah,
and you get this giant skull, and he's just like, Jesus Christ, because then you're like, am I on another planet?
What do you feel like? What do you feel with no context, not knowing anything about dinosaurs? The first dude that just finds this gigantic thing, I would run, because I feel like I would immediately be, oh my God, if this exists, there's other things that this, and I would just run and run to safety.
Yes, any part, any bone, any just giant bone.
Yeah. One giant, if I find one, imagine you find a femur, like a fucking brontosaurus femur, you would lose your mind. You'd be like, something like this exists. What the fuck are we doing? Yeah. That's on the earth.
The immediate thing, and it probably is true how it happened because of the way words work. But it's I would imagine the immediate thought is, oh, mythological dragons were real. That's why all the like, you know, all of Asia talked about it. There's a lot of it in, you know, like medieval times. Like dragons were a lot of cultures, which is crazy.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. So your mind would probably go right to dragons if you saw that, because somebody had mentioned, what was in Impossible Pie, first dinosaur bone discovered by humans 1676. Yeah. Your mind, have they done I feel like that's a movie there, like the because you don't have any context to process this other than like what you said, dinosaurs, other than like, sorry, not dinosaurs, dragons. You don't have anything else to process this, I don't think, in 1676.
No.
1676 was what, like Renaissance? That's past medieval times. So you're talking about like Renaissance era, right? Dude, you would lose your, like, it would be insane. And then you find more of those, and you find one with wings. You're like, what's happening? We're gonna die.
Oh God,
John, I think we got to revisit this topic for another.
All right, next week.
Another time.
Are dinosaur bones real, or were they put there by Jesus to test us?
We don't know, John, but we'll find out in the next one. $4.99 GBP. Last topic: Big LA pineapple pie or Italian tight cheesy pie?
You got to give him a lot of love. He's really funded the stream for you today.
Dude, Mr. Me Yep. I mean, you know,
Mr. Me Yep, or is it Mr. IP? Or is it
Oh, Mr. IP. I like
Rem.
I like Mr. IP.
But there's no
Mr. IP has been very, very
capital
generous.
letters here, so we don't know. Is it Mr. Me?
Yeah, we don't
Yep.
know.
Is it Mr. IP? Is it?
I like Mr. IP, but it's but you have
Or
the
is
M
it
is throwing me
Mr.
off.
May EP?
May IP?
Huh?
I don't know. Anyway, I can't do pineapple on the pizza. I know that's like the hacky thing, like pineapple on the pizza. I don't begrudge people that like pineapple on the pizza. I can't
Gus
do it, so
loves
I'm
it.
going with the.
I can't.
Yeah, there's something about like the pint, like it's like that hard pint, that hard fruit. You know, it's not it's there's something about it I don't like. I'll go fucking Italian pie. I like when the guy takes the ladle and he's like, hey, he does that, and he's like, and then he sprinkles it, you know, and then he just tells me to fuck off, and I'm like, wait, I'm here paying you, and he's like, get the fuck out of here, and I'm like, okay, I guess I will, and then I walk out.
I had a nice New York slice of fucking fuck.
Go fuck yourself. But anyway, F your John. Should we F a shelf real quick, or what do you think? I keep forgetting about.
How could you forget
that we do a thing called F yourself?
Let's see here.
In the meantime, Capcom needs to wake up, bring back Dino
Gibbs
Crisis.
Me Toys.
No,
Gibbs Me Toys. If you're here, you're on the list, buddy. You don't have to resubmit, even though you've done it a few times. You're on the list.
Yeah, Gibbs Me Toys. John, while you do your thing, Capcom needs to wake up and bring back Dino Crisis. Yes, but also, you know what Capcom needs to do? They need to give us some Cadillacs and dinosaurs, John. What about that?
Oh, tell me more.
Remember that?
Tell me more as I do this thing I'm supposed to do.
Cadillacs and Dinosaurs was a comic, I think, or maybe it was trading cards. But then they made a video game of that. Capcom made a video game of Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. This is back in their heyday of making beat 'em ups. Capcom, by the way, guys, best beat 'em ups in the 80s and 90s. Can we agree? Final Fight. Can we agree? Somebody told me Double Dragon is better than Final Fight. If you're in the fucking
chat, that game is brutal. No one in this chat has beat Double Dragon.
Double Dragon is brutal. Yes,
there's like the platforming parts that like you just can't surpass.
I know, dude. The platform, yes. When you got to jump over in Double Dragon, when you got to jump over a gap, it sucks.
The games back then, it's like that one stage in the NES Ninja Turtle game, the side-scrolling single-player one. There's like certain jumps that are just like nearly impossible. That it's just so frustrating. They were unforgiving, and that is why we have games like Dark Souls and Demon Souls. They wanted games that kind of put you back into that like unforgiving thing.
Yeah, the unforgiving. There's yeah, you're right. That's what that harkens back. That is the modern version of that. They're like, hey, remember how you wanted to pull your hair out when you were a kid? Well, now you can. And then yeah, you jump into that. Spin that wheel. Oh, we got another super chat. Let's just read this real quick, John, because it's very complimentary. $4.99. Thanks for being cool YouTubers. You're honestly so great. Well, thank you, buddy. Thank you. Very, very generous, by the way. We appreciate all of these super chats. It goes to help the
all
channel.
Of these super chats that go to your channel. Remember,
there is another channel.
All of that is his because I stream on my own channel. Let's see. It just will. Okay, here we go.
It just will.
It's always satisfying when people from March of last year are finally getting their chance to have their shelf effed. These people that probably stopped watching our channel.
Oh yeah, they're long gone. Will is
Will I am.
Will is he moved on to Geek Dad Life. Quip, do people? I have a question since Quip is here. Do people? Is the gateway drug go to Geek Dad Life and then watch the Hatter channel and the Johnny channel, or is it go to start with Hatter and Johnny and then go to Geek Dad? Like, what's the natural progression, Quip, in 5 words or less?
And go. Hello.
By the way, watch Geek Dad Life. Those are friends of ours.
Okay.
All right. So what is this, Will? What's going on? What's going on, John?
I'm trying.
Will.
Okay. There we go.
Wait. Did we see this? No.
We've not seen this one. This is very reminiscent of things, but no, this is a first timer.
Fuck, man. We got to shit on this. This is hard for me.
I know,
there's a lot I like
well,
here, dude.
You could call Dan Larson because he's going to be like, these shelves don't have backs to them. You just see the wall. So he's going to be mad about that.
That's right. He didn't like that.
There's so much nostalgia in here that no matter who you are, when you come to this person's house, they're going to find something to look at and go, oh my God, a Talk Boy.
Yeah.
All right.
John, what's going on? I'm having a hard time. Is that a glare? Like, what is going on the left and right where the lights are out of the detail? Like, is that some weird glare effect?
There's weird glare effects happening here where it's going down the center of it. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like it's extending into the.
Yeah, it's just a reflection to the backside. Okay. So the front lights.
Oh, he's got a Talk Boy from Home Alone.
That's why I said that.
No, but
when I was like, people are coming over and be like, "Oh my God, you have a Talk Boy," and then you acknowledged it. How about? Well, this guy he fell down right here. Not mysterious.
You fucked up. That fell down. Good catch.
He fell down, so I don't even care who it is. Then you got Power Rangers mixed with Gambit. Like, okay, what? What? Why would you even do that? Like, it's so disrespectful to everything. You wasted. Look, I was really excited until I actually looked at your shelf. This is one of those. This is like you go to a flea market or a toy show or something like that, and you see a booth, and it's like, oh man, they got a shit. Like, whoa, we got to get over there. They have some of the brands and things that I like. And you walk in, and you're like, oh, this is all kind of like, no, I don't like any of that.
It doesn't. It doesn't hold up under the cross-examination.
You got Power Rangers the movie stuff, which, let's face it, just awful.
Is that from the
first
movie?
Yeah, the original one where you got it was all the worst CGI of the time.
Okay.
They recast the characters because they wanted to renegotiate and actually get paid properly.
Right. How dare they?
Other thing is, like, I want to say that you don't have any of my paper goods, like for the van.
Oh,
but
fucked up!
I think you do.
John.
So I have to like step back and go, I think maybe he does, because let's go this close-up photo.
He had the Dumb and Dumber Hot Wheels.
Because
I missed that.
Not only. Well, you can't see it from this angle. I think he's got the van. Oh, fuck you, internet. I think he has. Oh my God, please. I think he has the blue windows on the front. It kind of looks like it here. But then he also has.
Okay.
This.
How the fuck did you catch that?
Because I always look to see if people, if that's the first thing I can shit on, is the fact they don't have any of my stuff. This insert that I offered, which I think was just part of like a digital download thing. It was like a screen option for this whatever computer that was.
Okay.
I think. I mean, I know I made a screen. I had to like rework this design or whatever to offer it as like a download for different computer screen inserts, because that's just like a. Isn't it right here? Oh, I made them for this, so I'm not sure which computer that is.
Yeah, that's also a different.
Yeah, it's different. Anyway, so maybe that one's correct. Maybe he didn't support me, and also fuck this guy.
I'll tell you also where he fucked up.
He's got a Spirit of Splinter. What a piece of shit.
He's got Spirit of Splinter, and he knows that you don't have one. So that's like a kind of like a fuck you.
I'm sorry. I'm trying. I wish you all knew how bad it is to zoom in on Google Docs.
Yeah. So that's so having the Spirit of Splinter is kind of like a dig at you, which, you know, I don't support that. I also don't like that. Does he have the other Professor Perry? Because that's bothering me. That other Professor Perry should be on the other side. You know, to have it. It's a feng
you know
shui.
You know what it is?
Know?
This is one of those collectors. It's like, I only want the one version. So he splits it. He splits it with some other collector.
Right.
Oh,
right.
God, so disrespectful.
Which is it's egregious. So you fucked up right there.
Yeah.
Casey Jones would never drive. He would never drive the van. That's just stupid. So you wasted that whole shelf is a waste now.
Not to mention, like, oh, you're a big Ninja Turtle fan. Where's the Christmas set?
Oh yeah, that's right. You tell him, John. That's you really fucked up. Ace Duck would never be in the back like that. He's a movie star, dude. He's not just gonna fucking.
He's method.
He's not just gonna.
He's a method actor.
Yeah. He is a method actor. I'm
just gonna look at all this because I know the audience would also like to see how terrible this all is. The fact that he like crammed all the accessories so you get to enjoy everything that came out.
You enjoy everything. He's like, I'm leaving nothing out of the box.
Toss the garbage, the boxes in the garbage, and actually put the accessories on the shelf. Let's see what else. What else we have? There was another close-up shot, so I say we'll just might as well because it's easier to look at with our eyeballs. No, if it's gonna. There we go. All right. Calm down with your obsession with Tommy the Green Ranger.
John, R.I.P.
Yeah. But he doesn't have anything with his real face. So this is just these are all like his obsession is with the Saban like Japanese stuff. Not with he doesn't like Jason.
Yeah, put some respect on his name.
Also, there's a Super 7. Is that a Super 7 one? Because of the like really weird torso.
Yeah, you see how it has barely any articulation? That's how you know. That's how you know.
What was I was with a friend and he said like this may be a real thing, but we were talking about somebody that had like really long arms compared to the portions of their body like he has right here, and he called it he said his ape index was really high, where like his arm length was longer than the rest of his body.
Oh my God, that's true. Yeah. Look at how long those arms are.
Yeah, he can. I bet if his hands were out, he could touch his kneecaps if his fingers were out.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that these old ones had better proportions than a Super 7.
Fucking crazy.
That's why we don't like your shelf, because of the stupid Super 7 decisions. I hope none of our friends sculpted those.
I know. You got some Playmates action right here, John.
Does he have a scratch?
No. And Scratch was reissued, wasn't he?
No, there was like a knockoff version or whatever. Somebody was just like,
oh, there was. Yes, it wasn't an actual reissue. Right.
So this is just your primary stuff. He doesn't have anything special, it seems, from his lineup here. This is all just typical things. It's like I could see this at Target.
Yeah. Also, sports memorabilia is great when it's facing up, like that photo at the top left.
Yeah.
So ninjas on the ceiling can look and see.
Maybe this was like kind of a bad experience, and he's like, I'll just put it there. Like I love the movies, but Stallone was kind of a shit guy, and it cost me $400.
He didn't like his photo session. So you fucked up there, buddy. All right. It's worthless now. Oh my God. Is that the screenplay to Rocky, like signed or something?
It is.
Burt Young. That's Burt. Is that Burt Young's screen? But why is it why is it bound like that? Like screenplays aren't in a. They're not in like a notebook like that.
I don't know.
That's so strange.
I don't know. If we could read, I'm sure the information's.
No, I mean, but well, look at the top, John. I mean, that is a screenplay,
right? But I mean, this like rare produced version or something like this in this red thing, it's probably got, I don't know, it's like
it's got all the answers.
They like printed versions of this, like there's only 100 copies or some shit. It looks like there's like either a date right here at the bottom, or
yeah.
Very curious.
So points off for not for how do I want to articulate it? Points off for us being confused why that's bound that way and not in a normal way. So
also, if this would be top of the display, you got to treat this like whiskey.
Yeah, right.
You know, this is shelf one. This is your top shelf stuff,
dude. 100%. Yeah, this is.
Or center it here somewhere. The whole top shelf right here should be dedicated to all of that.
Yeah. You
crazy.
Fucked up,
you didn't even get Jason David Frank's autograph. So, put that guy at the bottom. Well, I hate everything about this now because plus you got a chair with a bunch of like, graffiti on it. I know it says like Rock right there, but
is that the Rock signature just hanging out on a chair? John, what is going on with this?
I don't know. Man? This is a big wrestling fan, but you wouldn't know because it doesn't have any wrestling memorabilia in here.
Oh my God. John, also look at the detail to the right, second shelf. There's so much cramming in some places and nothing in other places. You got 4 rafters there just doing nothing.
Yeah, that's a good call out, my friend. I'm so thankful you mentioned this. Also, speaking of no, what is that? It's Marvel Legends. Why is the Venom here with why is Big Head Venom in this Captain Planet setup?
Well, you don't remember the episode where Venom was a guest star on Captain Planet?
Who did the voice in that special episode? Do you remember what he sounds like?
Hardy.
Tom Hardy?
I think so.
That's awesome. We are Venom.
Oh, it's pretty good, John.
Well, you know me. I love to do an impression, even if it was the first time I ever tried it was just then.
You do,
dude. I've thought about it so many times where I'm like, I just like am bored or whatever, and I do a live stream and just give me somebody to do an impression of in the chat, and I'll see if I can do it.
John, do an impression of Toka that Razor. He's right here.
Okay.
What's your impression of how Toka that Razor
sounds? Bro. Yeah. Here's 20 memberships.
Toka can confirm. Speaking of this is John, money coming your way because Mr. Mayev said 1999 GVP. Nostalgia isn't even showing up on my live YouTube feed. So I'm going to give this to you and you have to give it to him. So yes, I will of course give it to him. John, why is it not showing up on
you probably don't, you, by the way. If you're following me, you're probably following Nostalgia Unboxed, and I stream all the stuff from Nostalgia Reboxed, so that I basically created this scenario for myself. That if you don't follow my second channel, it's your fault, not mine.
Yeah, remember, John has 2 channels because he rolls big that way. He's got Nostalgia Unboxed, and then he reviews Reebok shoes. So you got to go to the Nostalgia Reeboks. Get some fucking get some
fucking dinosaurs like we started the show with.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Jim Carrey as the mask impression. Smoking. No, that wasn't
good. Yeah, he had a shit. John, you were doing well, and then you had a shame spiral.
How about that with a tie? Yeah, that's kind of his.
One of your heroes.
To what's her face? He's my hero for sure.
Yeah, he's got to be in your top 3 of heroes, right?
Yeah.
You know who my hero is from The Mask?
Cameron Diaz. Oh yeah,
dude. Do you remember? Everybody our age remembers Cameron Diaz from The Mask.
Wow. Well, yeah, because the first time she walks in and it's raining and stuff, and she's fixing her shoe, so you get this like camera pan, and then it's like cleavage shot, and then she's just like,
yeah. But there was something. Oh, like growing up, we saw many attractive women like on movies.
Kiss. Yeah.
But there was something there where everybody I remember in school was talking about it. They're like, "Oh my god, did you see?"
Yeah. Well, it's like they knew how to do it back then too, because they also put that like.
Yeah.
You got to put that horn. That's how we know that's a sexy lady.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, John, I think I have to assume you got a super chat.
Yes. You didn't have to do that. I mean, you've already been giving out so much money, but the fact that you didn't get your money's worth by just saying cool.
You got your money's worth because you're here in the coolest fucking place. But yes, nobody.
I appreciate it. Yes, thank you. Everyone forgets about Johnny New Toys. So this weekend, probably going to get a serious weather storm of some sort. It went from like heavy snowstorm, which our area never really gets snow. Like 2018 was the last time we got more than 5 inches or something. And it changed to freezing rain, which is way worse because now rain falls, hits trees, freezes on trees, becomes big icicle around tree, which breaks and falls. Power lines snap and break. So if this comes through, now luckily our area tends to avoid all the disasters in so many ways. It's unreal. I am a little afraid that this time we won't avoid it. And then that means power outages because ice storms are brutal, man.
Yeah. Well,
hey, Scott, Quip, you don't even go here. So how about that? He's a mean guy.
Well, sorry. On the note of that, everybody, please stay safe, stay warm. Storms ain't no joke, and stay in if you can, and if you can't, obviously stay safe. So that is it. I gotta go to work, John. I don't want to get fired. Teehee. Thank you, chat, for indulging us as you do. I think we might have a guest next week. I think try to work on that. And that's it. He-Man ho, John. Any parting words? Oh yeah, we got like one long arm. Yeah, that's a weird, John. Imagine you and I. That'd be a good movie, John. You and I just tied to each other, and we just gotta like, I think we should work on that. So anyway, ending the stream
Long
now.
Legs was a movie, and we didn't see it, and we made a movie called Long Arm, and it's just our arms attached, so it's really long.
It feels like an A24 movie. I'll be honest.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
it's like, what was
the
that?
one where you're talking about the one where the couple is like together? I know, yeah.
Isn't that what it's called? It's disgusting. I can't even watch the trailer. Ugh.
I know. Bye.